Today I'm going to show you 4 ways to use a steel mace to improve your shoulder mobility, but also your shoulder stability. If you're a thrower, if you used to be a thrower, if you just want to be able to move, like these exercises are going to be the 4 ways to stretch to get my flexibility, but also to build the strength and stability in my shoulders. Check it out. I have steel maces ranging from 5 to a 7-pounder, a little bit longer, so the length does matter. And then we have a 10-pounder, so it is longer. This is my daily driver, is a 10-pound, because good length, good weight to it to do a lot of different things. I also have a sledgehammer here, which if you don't have a mace, which I know a lot of people don't, you can go ahead and grab a sledgehammer. This is 8 pounds. And so you can even do these things, try these out. I even have a 15-pounder here that you can do these with. But you definitely don't want to be starting with a 15-pounder, and I recommend grown adults to start with a 10 pounds. All right, so the first movement is going to be the 90-90 chop. So what I do is I grab it kind of into this little position here where it's balanced, even balance. The head weighs about 8 pounds, and the rod weighs about 2 pounds, so total 10 pounds. And what I do, I put my arm at 90, hold it here, and then I keep my knees, my knees are flexed, my core is engaged, and I'll go back and I'll bring it back down. And so I'm also keeping it tight and controlled. So I go back and pull down. So I'll do about 10 of these. 3, 4. And so I'm reaching back as far as I can here, but I'm staying engaged. 5, 6. So this is the way I warm up a lot with this thing. I do this just about every day. Just pick it up, it just feels so good for my shoulders, but also the strengthening, the stability in this range of motion, in this movement, the stability that you get from this, there's nothing else like it. The second movement I'm going to share is just basic, just push press. But what we're doing here is it's offset. So this is range of motion, but it's also strengthening. Like you're getting the joint stability, building strength, but also in your core as well, because all of this is connected. If you're throwing, it's not just your shoulder you're throwing with your whole body, and you got to have complete core strength. You got to have also the rotational, the mobility and flexibility to do these things. So it's all connected, but I'm showing these are specific shoulder exercises that you can do. Again, I'm getting a good workout from it, and this feels good to press and really press overhead, get a full extension. Again, staying engaged in the core, not being lax, not really pushing up, because this isn't heavy. It's only 8 pounds, this sledgehammer. So you can move smooth and more controlled. All right, so the third movement is going to be similar to the chop, the 99 chop, but what we're going to do is we're going to do a chop swing. So I go back again, and I come back down, and I'll swing it. So that's what it looks like. So I'm going back, reaching back, staying engaged, pulling down with my lats, keeping control, and I'm swinging this. I'm getting that swing, the weight of this mace is giving me a good, almost like passive stretch with it, but I'm staying engaged throughout the process. So it feels good on my mobility, my shoulder stability as well. And I am wearing barefoot shoes. The best way to do this is barefoot. Get your toes on the ground, even get grounded, get in the grass, but getting your toes to engage and grab the ground, like this is very important for movement and agility, to be able to move around and stay strong, stay firm, and be agile. So even with this, we get a little weight shifting in here, which again, if you're a thrower, if you're a baseball player, if you're any kind of athlete, you have to use your whole body. And so just working out, just doing a single like bicep curl or bench press, or just the way we've trained, I've always trained in the past, like the traditional way, machines, cables, or straight just power cleaning, power movements. You're building strength, but you're not really building strength in the full dynamic range of whatever sport you're playing. So if you're a baseball player or even golfer, you got to have that rotational strength and range of motion. All right, and the fourth stretch is this towel stretch. My right arm is I can stretch it back. I can get some good 90 here, 90-degree angle, some external rotation on my shoulder. But because this is heavy too, I'm also having to control it. So I got strength in these range of motions, and I'm getting good stretches with it. So that's what's cool. And then my back arm, I can pull this mace up and I can get my internal stretching on this left arm. So going up, and again, so range of motion, you got to have the flexibility. You got to keep your full range of motion in your joints, also your ligaments and tendons. That way you can then build strength in that area, so that way you're just more durable. The joint becomes more durable, you become more durable, but you got to have the range of motion with it. So again, so putting the mace across behind my back, grabbing it here and just working it, just feeling where I'm tight. I'm getting a good tricep stretch. I can pull the mace here, so I'm getting more of like a stretch on my lat, also here on my pec. So yeah, this is a very good stretch to do, something I do just about every day, and we call it the towel stretch. All right, so that's all. So hopefully this was helpful to see how you could use the steel mace, use one of these to improve your mobility, your flexibility, your strength, and just, you know, make your overall better dad, a better athlete, whatever it is that you are, that you want to be. But especially if you're a baseball player, if you're any kind of rotational sports, throwing, swinging, something like this is so beneficial to gain just as a mobility tool, something you can use every day, but also you're building strength and muscle, building that stability in these ranges of motion. There's nothing else like it. If you enjoyed this, if you found this helpful, if you like more videos or any educational or anything about the mace, drop it in the comments. Like this video if you like this, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.